Hey guys, it's Paul here with Toolmetrics, and I've got the results from the random orbital sander test. Every woodworker needs one of these. They provide the best combination of power and surface quality. They're an affordable option. I've got 6 tools here in the $40 to $70 range, and I put them through a wide range of tests, and I'm going to walk you through the results. Before I talk about test results, I'm going to talk about some of the characteristics of each one that you can find on the packaging for most of these items that'll rattle off. But first of all, price point, I mentioned $40 to $70 range. You can see what I actually paid for each one of these. And then origin, a couple people asked to know the origin of each one, so you can see them there, coming from Mexico, Asia, as well as the Makita being actually assembled in the US with parts from China. I also checked the ability to connect each one of these to a shop vac. It kind of drives me crazy that they're not out of the box more conducive to this, but I found that with a couple of connector options that I bought at Rockler, I was able to connect all of these except the DeWalt. I give a nod to Bosch because they had the adapter right in the box that allowed me to hook it up using a 2.5 to 1.25 inch adapter on my shop vac, and it worked great. It held on tight, and I think most of them give you a good connection with the adapter kit from Rockler and so forth. DeWalt sells something separately as an option that you can buy to hook it up to a shop vac. It'll hook up to the DeWalt shop vac right out of the box, but if you have any other shop vac, you're going to need that adapter. I measured the amperage. I'll use that sort of as a proxy for quality, or for power, excuse me. And recognizing that it's not as straightforward as that, it's a multivariable equation. So DeWalt pulled the most amps. It is a powerful tool, no question about it. Weight, you can see what I found there, 3.1 pounds on the heavier one. I kind of favor a little bit heavier random orbital sander to give me a little bit more weight, let the sander do the work, as my dad would always say, and a little bit more weight is going to keep that pressure on and do the work a little bit faster. Warranty, Porter Cable and DeWalt, 3-year warranty. I thought that was pretty cool. Bosch, Makita, only 1 year, and the others had 2-year warranty. Some of the subjective stuff that I looked at and just tried to give my best assessment as I looked at each of the tools. Build quality overall, this is important obviously. I'm going to use that sort of as a proxy for the potential for longevity out of the tool. Hard to assess that. I didn't tear these things open. I'm looking more at the materials and just the tightness, fit, and finish, so forth. I thought that of those, the DeWalt, Makita, and Bosch units were exceptionally well made, very good quality. The only concerns that I really had, the Black & Decker was not particularly, seemed like kind of cheaper plastic, a little less cushy and so forth. Pad was not great, very thin, kind of rigid pad, and didn't seem like it was made of very good material, and I feel like that could be a weak point. The only other problem I noted in the build quality was the tack life was the only one out of the bunch that had a plastic fan in it. All the others had metal. Tack life for some reason went with a plastic fan. Otherwise, the overall build quality of the tack life was, I thought, good, with that notable exception. And you see I noted the pad quality and the dust bin quality. I really like the dust bin design on the Bosch and on the tack life. They each have this plastic cartridge, snaps on very securely, pleated filter inside, which I think is an effective way to filter out the dust. Okay, in terms of the things that I actually tested, so power, very important characteristic to a lot of people. What I did on that was I fixed a piece of veneer onto a plywood substrate, and same size piece of veneer, and I measured how quickly I could remove that with each of the sanders using the same grit from the same manufacturer, same sanding disc, brand new disc on each one. So all those variables eliminated. I was really surprised by the range of performance. from the fastest to the slowest was a double performance. So the high performers there, DeWalt was the fastest at removing that, and I ran the test 3 times with each sander, averaged it out, and DeWalt crushed it every time. Makita was pretty close. They were a close second on that. What really surprised me is Bosch was almost the slowest. TacLife was actually the slowest, but Bosch I expected to be a pretty high performing tool, and it was in the slowest bunch. Quietness, this is, I think, probably important to a lot of people. I don't care about it as much because I always wear headphones. They're all in a noise output range where you should wear hearing protection. So with that said, of the bunch, Bosch, TacLife, and Black & Decker were all in this sort of quietest range. But that's still like 95 decibels, so wear your hearing protection. I looked closely at the performance, how much dust capture was done by the built-in, the onboard, out-of-the-box dust collection system on each one. And most of them did reasonably well. One notable exception, the TacLife, I was really surprised by how poorly that thing was capturing dust. I'm not exactly sure why, but it was spewing dust out of everywhere. It does hook up nicely to a shop vac. If you use that, that problem goes away, but the standard dust collection on here for some reason was quite bad. Vibration, that's a really important one for me. Sometimes I find that I'm sanding for a long period of time. Maybe I've done a production run of cutting boards or something, and I'm sanding for a long period of time. So I looked at vibration. Most of them were in the kind of okay to good range. The standout there for me was the Bosch. That was so smooth in how it sanded, just very little vibration whatsoever. And maybe because it's running slower than the rest and not removing stock as much. That point is not lost on me, but it was very comfortable. Surface finish, I sanded with each of these on a piece of maple plywood, top and bottom. I used 100 grit on one side and 220 grit on the other. And then I finished the whole thing with a really dark stain. I looked for swirl marks. I could see some swirl marks kind of intermittently on the 100 grit. Not a surprise. On the 220 grit side, all left a really nice smooth finish, and I noted no problems with any of them in terms of surface quality on the 220. So I gave them all a good mark. I felt like that was kind of a surprise. I thought we'd have a standout and maybe a dog or two in there, but it really turned out pretty good for all of them. All right, so now you've seen all the data that I'm looking at. How do you pick a winner? Well, here's the criteria that I used. Number one, build quality. I want something that's going to last and give me good service throughout its life. Low vibration is really important to me. Power is an important factor. Dust collection, I might even put that up a little bit higher on the list. And then surface finish. And I mentioned surface finish was really, I'd say, a wash across all of these. So how do you pick a winner out of that? Based on that criteria, after a lot of thought, it was very close. Really, for me, it came down to Makita and Bosch. I went with Bosch. The surprise for me in picking Bosch over Makita was the low power. So if high performance is really important to you, then you might want to go with Makita or DeWalt. For all the other intangibles, I really like the user experience with Bosch, and would be willing to give up a little bit of the power for that. So I mentioned the most powerful out of the bunch in terms of just its ability to rip through wood and get the job done quickly was DeWalt, and so that would be my Hulk Hogan Most Powerful Award. For a value play, if you're just looking, you don't want to spend much money on a sander, the Black & Decker for 40 bucks did quite a good job. I don't really know how to assess the longevity, but for 40 bucks, I was pretty impressed with it overall. But keeping in mind that the Bosch was only $49, so for $9 more, you can have the one that I think is the best of the bunch, and that's the Bosch. So with that, I'll put the links to everything down below, and feel free to ask any questions. I'd love to hear how you would pick, which winner you would pick out of the data that I saw. If there are characteristics that you think I should have looked at that I didn't, please feel free to chime in with that down below as well. With that, thank you for watching. I hope you'll subscribe and come back to the channel. I do a lot of woodworking, a lot of wood turning, and some power tool related videos. So until next time, take care.